In example 2, they ask us to find the missing measure in the isosceles triangle. So they want to know what are the measures of angles B and C. B and C right here. So the first thing we have to do is determine the side relationships. We have to use the distance formula to determine the measures of the sides of our triangle ABC. That's going to tell us which ones are the legs. So the coordinates of ABC are 0, 3, -4, -2, and 4, -2. So we plug that into our distance formula to figure out our units. So from A to B, we're going to have 0, -4, and 3, -2, which gives us, let me grab my calculator here, be a little bit faster probably. So the square root of 0 plus 4 squared plus 3 plus 2 squared equals 6.4 units. Oh, do I have to type in here? Okay, take that. Okay, the next one, A to C. So 4 and -2. So change that to minus. That one stays the same. So we've got 6.4. And then C to B, we've got -4 and -2. Two, that gives us 8. Can't type that in, I have to go up here. Great, so that proves that triangle ABC is an isosceles triangle with AB congruent to AC. Okay, so that's the first part. The next part is to determine the angle measures. Well, because AB is congruent to AC, we know that angles C and B are congruent to each other because of the isosceles triangle theorem that we did in the last example, last video. All three of them have to add up to 180 degrees. We know that because of the triangle sum theorem. We know that B and C are the same, so we can change that to 2B's. So A plus 2B's is 180. We know that A is 70 degrees because it told us that in the picture above. So 70 plus 2B's has to equal 180. So you subtract 70 from both sides and divide by 2, and you get that B and C have to be 55 degrees. So that's one way to do it. An alternative method we know that the line AD here, the auxiliary line cutting this thing in half, is congruent to itself. We know that ADC is congruent to ADB. We know that from C to D is 4 units and from D to B is 4 units. And we know that ADC, the triangle, is congruent to ADB, the triangle. And therefore AC is congruent to AB by CPCTC. Then, using that information, we would follow the same triangle sum theorem path of getting the measurements for that. You can pick which method you like better for proving that those two angles are going to be the same And so therefore, you're going to use the triangle sum theorem to find the measurement of them. It's entirely up to you. Feel free to rewind the video and check them out again to pick your favorite.